I got there and then, just finished all my formalities that I had to finish. And then I started training with the team right away. I mean, it wasn't like the number wasn't big, but we just got onto the indoor turf. I was just trying to get some touches in and get used to how soccer works around there. And just meeting the boys, just getting to know the players and everything. And then I did that for a week. And then from next week, a lot of other players started coming in because they got back from holiday, from reading week. And then it was good. We didn't get outside till about I would say like end of March. We were indoor till the end of March because the weather was really bad. But yeah, it was like, if you ask me, it was the quality of soccer as well. It's very, very high, and our team and everything else. It was like a completely new experience for me. First thing. Second thing is that we lost about, I think, 8, 9 seniors last year, like last season. So it's like a very young squad this year, which is good. And like the whole the dynamic in the team is also really good between the boys and the players and everything. That was good as well. And then we went out, started training, got some technical sessions in, some finishing, some tactical ones. Dino spoke to each one of us. And then we started getting some games, and once we could go out, we actually got games in before we could go out. We started playing this indoor pitch close to where we train, close to Mcmaster. We got a few games in there, and then once we were allowed to go out, we started playing other teams, and like that was pretty fun. I did get game time. I would say I got game time, but I mean, because I'm a freshman, it wasn't like where I preferred to play, because I play up front, but I started at right back. But it was all right. It was like you can't go out there and say that, okay, it's not my position, so let me not, like, it's fine if I do bad or anything. It's not like that. It's like, even though I was playing that position, it was more of me like, oh, I'm learning something out of this. Like, in case I ever play this position, I know how to play it now, because I was getting tips and from Dino, from all the other coaches as well, to how, like, to defend, to attack at the same time, to support your team. And it was like we played formations that I have never played in India ever. We played formations that we never play here, first thing, and I played a position in the formation that I would never play here.
You mean
So,
that in a good way, or a sort of a learning way?
oh no, learning way for sure. Because so usually it's just very like orthodox formations in India. Very few coaches want to explore like different kind of tactics. They always like, they're fixed on one thing, and they're like, okay, this is what we've trained on. This is what we're going to do. This is that, and that's that. But we keep like, it's, I feel like it was compared to what football is over here, or soccer is over here. I felt it was like way more professional there. We would like switch formations in between, like in at halftime and everything, so that we get used to playing everything else. So, and the position that I played, I think, and in a 3-5-2, I played a wing back. So that's like, it's very demanding. So like when you attack, you have to be up. When you defend, you have to be back. And that like physically demanded a lot out of me. And that's when I realized that this is what it takes. It's just not like, okay, going around, kicking the ball around, being just a fancy player. No, it requires a lot of determination, discipline, dedication, and a lot of other things. And like, while you're doing the same thing, you still have your courses to focus on, and then you still have school to go to, a lot of things. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say, yeah, obviously I wouldn't say it was hard to manage or I didn't like it. No, I loved it, but it was overwhelming because it was nothing like I've seen here at all. So
That's a great insight. That I'm really happy to hear that from you, because I know, I mean, I've seen it myself, how demanding, especially a wingback position is, because
is
they expect you to run up and down.
every
You
time.
probably end up running more than anybody else, sprinting.
Yeah, it's taking the load off the midfielders, because
Yeah.
we're going up and down, and they can, like, two of them can hold, one can attack, two can attack, one can hold. It's like that. It's a lot of things. And then we were playing. So I signed for Hamilton for the summer, for the under 21s, and then that was going really well for me. I was playing like up front wing, and I was a starter playing like 90 minutes. So
Nice.
yeah, so that was going really well. I mean, injuries are part of the game. I couldn't help it. Yes, I honestly think I just overstrained my hamstring that week because I didn't. So my game was on a Friday, and Monday through Thursday, there was not a single day that I had a rest. So the 2 lift sessions that I had was glute and hamstring focused, and the other 2 days were training. So as a winger, you run a lot where you use your hamstring a lot. So I genuinely think I overstrained it, but yeah, that was going good. I'm gonna go back now. I'm flying day after. I'm gonna go back, and then I have 3 games left in the regular season, and we're third on the table. So we still have a chance to make it to the playoffs.
Nice.
So I'm just gonna see how that goes.
So Sam, I know, soccer is played at a very high level in Bangalore,
Yeah.
and you played at a very high level in Bangalore. How well do you think that prepared you for college soccer in Canada? And what would you want to say to other players who are in the same position as you were when you were in Bangalore?
Okay, so what personally what I felt was with every single training session, with every like tactical session, it's just that it's about how fast the players grasp of what the coach is saying. Sometimes you don't, obviously it's a completely different training session at all. Like you do drills that you have never done ever in Bangalore, that you never imagine of doing in Bangalore. That I don't think even when the coaches look at the drills that you do back there, even they'll be like, okay, what kind of drill is this? But the thing is, personally, what helped me the most was when I trained in Bangalore, my coach who used to train me and myself personally as well, I focused as much as I can on being as technical as I can. Because that's something I think that takes time to learn. So say I am technical, but my fitness level is low. I can still build my fitness level as I go, correct my diet and focus on doing it, and I can do it. It's way faster than becoming technical. Technical is like, you got to keep getting reps in of doing the same basic drills every single day. And that's what I did a lot over here in Bangalore. Even at training, I would make sure like to go to an extent where each of my pass should be accurate. Like if one went the other way, I would feel bad. Like, okay, that's not done. So when I went there, technically, I didn't feel like, oh, I was way lower than these guys at all. Not at all. Like as soon as I hit it off the bat, I felt like I was comfortable around these guys because I was like, okay, it's not like they're like technically they're like heaps ahead of me. I never felt that way. Obviously, fitness wise, 100% because they've been training the same thing for years together, and I feel that with years to come, 2 more years, then I would never not have a problem with fitness. I would never have a problem with fitness because I would already done what they've done for 3-4 years. But yeah, technically, I think that if I have to give advice to somebody who was going to be in my position when I was in Bangalore, I would still say that just focus on the harder things first, because things such as getting your fitness up, yeah, it is 100%, it is important. I'm not saying don't do it, but those are things that you can do even after you get there. It is very important because a lot of coaches see your fitness level and decide whether you're a starter or you're on the bench. If you can play 90, you're a starter. If you can't play 90, you're on the bench. It's as easy as that, no matter how good you are technically. Because they rather use you for that 30-40 minutes and get the best out of it and put you in for the whole game. So it is important, but the technicality of the game probably takes way longer to learn than to improve your fitness. That's what I would say. That's what helped me from what I did in Bangalore.
That's another great feedback, Sam. And I've heard this from coaches in not just in Canada but US also, in UK also, say the same thing, that technically we're sound, and that's something that the coach cannot teach you because you've learned tactics, technicality of the game, but he cannot influence your physical ability overnight. That's something that you have to really build on.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
he can only tell you what to do, but he can't force you and get it out
He
of
can't
you.
force you.
Like
Yeah.
he can always tell you, okay, try and make sure you give it 100% every time you pass the ball, every time you shoot, every time you do that. But you yourself is the only person who can actually put yourself to the test. Like this. There's no other person who can do that. That's the only reasons why I feel like even Europeans, even though some of the Europeans, they're like really tiny and physically very like skinny, but you see them, they'll be one of the best players on the ball, and they will play 90 no matter what. Because technically the ball just doesn't leave their feet. Like it doesn't go anywhere else. So
Nice.
that's probably why.
Cool. So, I mean, obviously, people have a lot of misconception about soccer in Canada and US, like North America,
Yeah.
as compared to Europe.
Yeah.
Would you say it's a level that you did not expect, and it's a very high level
For sure.
per se?
I would say 100%. It's a level I did not expect. But I mean, I've never really gone to Europe to play with guys my age. But from my experience, what I can say, because I was in the UK for a year, I can somewhat, compare the standard of play to say the same, or probably they were a little more physical, I would say, in the UK. And the players over there, the thing is, there's a lot to take in here in North America, because you're focusing on school, you're focusing on soccer, it is a lot of work. And at the same time, it's not like you're doing lesser number of units or lesser number of courses. It's just that during your season, you're allowed to choose lesser number of courses, but throughout the year, you have to complete the same number of units to go,
Yeah.
to move on. So it's demanding as a student and as a player. But whereas in the UK, it was only demanding as a player. Like even if you don't want to study, they don't really care. They're like, okay, like we just want you to play.
But that's in a club or an
So
academy, not in college.
not in
Yeah.
college at all.
Yeah.
But because I was in an academy, I'm saying like from that per se, it was probably because they were training twice, 5 days a week. And obviously more training, better improvement. That's just how
Right.
it is. And here it's just like a lot. Some days you can see players like some of us are just mentally drained from all the work we've done throughout the day, and then we get to training in the night. So, but if you ask me, I I enjoy what I'm doing right now way more what I did then, because like you finish training and then you're just a lost puppy. Like you don't know what's happening after. But here you're always busy. You're keeping yourself occupied, and like by the end of the day, it's just that I can tell myself that okay, I've had a productive day before I go to sleep.
Yeah, that's nice. And it's giving you a holistic experience. You're with students, you're on a campus.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. What's life like on McMaster? What do you think about the college? Did we send you to the right place?
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what I was saying. I was like, I'm so happy with my decision as well. And like with all of your guys' help and like, you getting me in touch with Coach Dino and all of that. I want to thank you guys again. And the campus is great. So it's beautiful. It's massive. It's really nice. Everyone's really friendly, all of that. But to be honest, I haven't really been on campus a lot for classes, I'd say, because my course were completely online for the whole of the first year.
Right.
I didn't have like a single in-person class, but obviously I would go on campus just to study, like go to one of the libraries, study, get food there. And I mean, the days I had a lift session and training, I would practically live on campus like the whole day. Just like, no matter what, there's no point, because my whole house is about like a 30-minute walk, and it's a beautiful walk. Don't mind walking at all. It's like a 2-3 minute bus ride, to be honest, but I just leave 30 minutes earlier and do the walk. But the days I have like 2 sessions on campus, I just stay. Like I finish my first session, pop in one of the libraries, just get some work done, study, and then go back for my second session.
Nice. Sounds good. And what's Coach Dino like?
He was great. He was really friendly, at the same time demanding, which is what you need in a coach, because that's when players start pushing themselves as well. And obviously Dino knew that I was a winger and I wasn't playing my position, but he was just that And I completely understand his point as well, because being a freshman with players who are in their third, fourth year with that high of a quality to be playing in my position, I understand. But any player you ask them this, would you rather be on the bench and get 10-20 minutes a game to play our actual position, or play out of position and play 90 minutes or 45-50? I would play out of position. I just, as long as I get game time and I'm playing.
Obviously. Yeah,
So
yeah.
so
Obviously.
yeah, and even when I spoke to him first, like he gave me a good feedback. He's like, you're really comfortable on the ball, your passing's great, and all of that. You just have to get your feet underneath you because you just got here. And just like it was also like, because I had no idea I didn't know anybody on the team when I got there. And like obviously even the freshman kids, they knew each other because they were there for like, because I went much later after the season. But yeah, they were really welcoming as well. And then as I started getting closer to the guys and like started hanging out with them, I feel that's when I started exploring myself on the field as well, because like you don't fear anything at all because they're close to you, they're your friends, like they're only going to motivate you to do better. So it was good. And then I mean, he's a great coach, to be honest. Yeah.
Nice. So you're looking forward to the next semester?
Yeah. We have so like I said, I have another month to go with my summer club, Hamilton United. And then we have I think August 20th we have training camp, preseason. We're gonna do a lot of fitness, a lot of other things. And there are a lot, I think 60 or 65 prospects coming in to try out,
Wow.
which means you have to really show yourself, because if you're not, they're going to cut you. So it is another challenge. But I mean, all of us are preparing for it, and hoping for the best. But yeah, I'm excited for this season because it's my first season master.
Nice. And what are the academics like? Challenging?
I would say it's like, I mean, again, because I haven't been in person, it was just that I would chalk out my own timetable to do my work because everything was online. So I would just, the only thing that I can say is, if you slack off or procrastinate with work, that's something I used to do a lot in Bangalore, to be honest, or just do it a lot. But once I got there, I just made sure that, it just makes my life so much easier when I finish work on time, like finish that day's work on the same day. It just makes my life so much easier. Obviously, like it's not going to be easy. Once you get there, you're going to have so many challenges. Like I did as well with my housing. I had so many challenges. I had to stay with one of my friends in Mississauga and Mcmaster's in Hamilton.
Right.
So I would travel for 6 hours in the bus every day. So that's, I would go for training in the morning to Mcmaster to do my lift session, and then come back and then go for training with my club at 9 in the night. So I would travel 6 hours every day. And by the time I get back home, it's 12:30, 12:45 in the night. And then I got a shower, eat dinner, and then I'm so exhausted. There's no time to study. I just want to sleep. And then I wake up and then I do the same thing again. So I would probably say like that 1.5 month was the most challenging in terms of getting work done. But that's the same thing. It's like if you procrastinate, you don't do your work, then you're gonna face trouble. But I would say like as long as you have that focus in class, watching the class recordings, doing your work, it is a lot of work. I wouldn't say it's easy. It's a lot of work compared to like if you're transitioning from high school to university. You may think that okay, university is it's all fun. We're gonna go there, go for a couple of parties. No, it's not at all. A lot of work to do. It's a lot of work, but yeah, it's just that you just got to like be ahead of yourself, be ahead of time, and just chalk out a timetable and like just get work done as soon as possible. The way
That's great feedback, Sam. Yeah, of course. I mean, you're going to have other students listen to this.
yeah.
You obviously went through a little bit of more challenge than other students because you went at a time when, because of COVID, you had to face these challenges, but you took on the challenge and you made your own schedule. You went through it.
The thing is, I thought it would stop once I get there. It did. Every single month something kept coming up, and I was like, man, when is this going to stop? But then I was like, There's no point of cribbing about it. You're already here, you're alone, just deal with it, take one day at a time and move on. Like just the work doesn't stop. Like if anything comes up, no, you still do the same thing. As even like the smallest thing is like I felt sick one of the days there, and I didn't change my I didn't change my diet. I didn't change, like at home we're like, oh, you have a fever, you can't shower. No, I didn't really care. I just did whatever I want to, and I was fine in a day. Then I got back home, and then I've been sick for a week, and it's not gone.
Well, I've heard everybody in Bangalore has got a cough and a cold right now.
Everyone I know is sick.
Well, well done, yeah, Sam. We're really, really proud of you.
Somewhat similar, if you ask me, like from the people I've spoken to in the US as well. I have a few. I have one of my friends who goes to Buffalo State. He's a student athlete as well, center back. So I spoke to him, and like it's very similar, and like the facilities in Mcmaster are insane. Like they're so nice. They're very professional. The physios are very professional and everything. And it's somewhat similar, like whole of North America. And yeah, it's going good. It's going pretty good. Excited for the upcoming season.
No, we're very happy to hear all of that. I mean, you know, I remember going through your recruitment process with you. You took a gap year.
Yeah.
And we went through the whole recruitment process. You had US options as well.
Yeah.
Finally, we chose this after having conversations with Coach Dino, and then we felt that this, in terms of the academics, in terms of the football, in terms of the opportunities that you'll get, will be the best for you.
Yeah.
And look, it's turned out great.
It is for sure. Actually, it's that not only me, my parents, everyone, they're so happy. They're like, you know, like the quality of life is so nice in Canada as well. And they're not worried at all. Like it's really nice.
Good, Sam. Keep sharing your experiences with others.
I wanted to while I was there, I was going to message you, sir. So if we can hop on a call just to tell you how everything's going. And I just got like busy with everything, the injury.
No, I understand. We'll do that whenever you have time. But definitely you must keep in touch, and you have a safe trip back to Canada. Give my regards to Dad and Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.